Arizona is mountains, desert, Grand Canyon, 370 miles of border with Mexico, home to Native Americans since as far back as 2000 BC, and a Wild West stomping ground for Geronimo, Wyatt Earp, Wild Bill Hickok. There's good food and good times in cities like Phoenix and Tucson. I wanted to see if this state's wide open spaces, native traditions, and its frontier spirit were still responsible for the locals' unique approach to food and to life. Hold on! People here like to live free and follow their own path. From new age innovations to age-old traditions. This is Monument Valley, where Hollywood fantasy meets breathtaking reality. And Arizona meets Utah. The two states share the valley and the Navajo Nation with its 250,000 members whose reservation encompasses all of Monument Valley. And right in the midst of all this natural splendor, I find myself with a couple of cheerful Navajo women burning a fresh sheep's head.
No, take it by the ear and put it right where Sheila is.
Whoa! The women are Effie Yazzie and her sister Priscilla. Their extended family shares this ancestral piece of Monument Valley. There's canyon 360 degrees around us. This valley has to have a little name, right?
Yeah. It's called Sebinziske.
Sebinziske? Mm-hmm. Which means?
Which means it's the valley.
Effie's the 5th generation of her family to live here. They're sheep herders and weavers, as the Navajo have been for the last 300 years. In this culture, the sheep are treasured and treated almost like members of the family. But on special occasions like holidays or welcoming a guest from faraway places, it's also a tradition to make one sheep a family feast.
Are you ready to put your sheep?
Yeah, I was born ready. In Navajo tradition, it's woman's work to prepare a meal, and they do all the work, including the slaughtering and the butchering. Now is when we get the head ready for eating. So the head gets scorched, then the head gets scraped, then the head gets wrapped in foil, then it goes in the ground covered with sand, and then that gets covered with the hot coals. We're doing this one the traditional way. Oh my. Where you eat internal organs first. In olden days, meat could be salted, dried, or smoked to preserve it. Effie, don't worry. But with the organs, it's use 'em or lose 'em. Yes, we're going to eat just about all of this stuff. Stomach, liver, intestine. I've got the small intestine. What am I wrapping it around?
That's the other intestine.
The other intestine. And by the way, I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but there's still a bullet in the chamber.
It tastes good that way.
It tastes better that way?
Mm-hmm.
More salty.
I love you guys, I'll tell you. This roughly constructed lean-to is a kitchen and dining room for the families of Effie and Priscilla. It's the commons area for a cluster of small family homes, occupied by kids, cousins, and grandchildren living in the family compound. Once we move to the grill, that thick wrapping of small intestine gets crispy good, and the large intestine is basted while it roasts. We're also grilling the liver and the caul fat, the thin layer of fat peeled away from the organs. But the intestines cook up first. Remember the bullet in the chamber? I'm about to find out if cooked animal bleep can really work as a flavor enhancer.
The bullet tastes good.
The bullet tastes good?
Yeah.
Just the right amount of salt. You two are something. Wow.
See, that's having flavor, huh?
Gamey and lammy and really, really fatty. And you know, the fact that it's not cleaned too well does give it a nice sort of salty, grassy flavor. In a lot of ways, this is just like any other family barbecue, with kids lining up to get tasty morsels hot off the grill. Effie's 5-year-old granddaughter, Lovey, is first in line. This gets even better when Effie teaches me how to make a liver and caul fat sandwich. So you take a little piece of bread, a little piece of liver, a little piece of the fat. Now this makes total sense because the liver is so lean that you need some fat on top of it. This is very decadent. Wow. The liver is great, but the highlight is the crisp caul fat we peeled off the organs. You know when you roast a turkey at Thanksgiving, that best little piece of skin fat, it's so crispy and so rich, You could literally just peel it right off the bird and just shove it in your mouth. That's what that caul fat tastes like. And look who's back. There you go. There's a little sandwich. I'll tell you something, she has a great appetite. All this time, the sheep's head has been cooking underground. Oh, man, look at that. Fantastic. There's also a nice fresh batch of blood sausage, cooked in a variety of pouches that comprise the sheep's stomach. But before we can start on any of this, the person with the biggest appetite in the room wants more. There you go. I kid you not, that's about her 17th sandwich. She weighs 30 pounds, and she's eaten 16 or 17 just at lunch today. Blood sausage is one of my barometer dishes through which I've learned to interpret a culture's cuisine. You know what this looks like? It looks like Dr. Frankenstein created. I mean, really. This is the cooked congealed blood, potatoes, onions, and, for the Navajo touch, blue cornmeal. Oh, my God. Fresh blood sausage like that is a crazy kind of food. But that blue corn sucks up all of the blood and the fat and those juices. And that nutty, corny taste goes so well with that minerally, bloody flavor. It's just extraordinary. Meanwhile, back on the skull, the eyeballs are beckoning. This one is still winking. Considering all the edible options on a head, the eyeballs are usually the biggest challenge. Are you taking off your eyelashes? Yeah, yeah, I'm taking off my eyelashes, too. Some days my job is stranger than others. That's a really hard texture. You know? I mean, not firm. I mean, just hard to swallow. It's a lot to get used to.
It's kind of slimy.
Kind of? There's no getting around it. There's only one way to describe a fresh roasted lamb's eyeball. Very, very, very gelatinous. Would you like the other half? There you go. In some ways, this is an outdoor barbecue like no other. From the spectacular setting to the offbeat items the kids are taking from the grill. I saved you a piece of tongue. Do you like the tongue? Yeah? Look at you, my God. Smiling. When you need more, just come on back. In other ways, it's like any other barbecue party. Good food, good company, and a little traditional relaxation after dinner.